Some night when the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way. And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I bet I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Hey. Time to stop the hate. Stop the hate. Let's stop the hate, hey, yeah. It might be late, but let's stop the hate.
What is going on, fam and friends? It's Saturday Night Live, and we're about to get into it like we do every night, except for last night when they cut me off the air. Not YouTube, but the power company. I don't know what the heck happened with the internet. Anyway, I'm here with you, FutureMark, and also some music, everything else. See you in a moment.
Some night when the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way. And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I bet I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Time to stop the hate. Stop the hate.
guys ready? It's Saturday Night Live! It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pires, Renaissance Man. I'm here to help you amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 922 in a row of the Renaissance Man show, and we're going to get into it. So subscribe, ding the bell, guys. We're here every single night at 10 p.m., 10:30, somewhere in that range. Just make sure you show up. And if you don't get a notificazione, just show up. We're here. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you had a great start to your weekend. We're midway through. This is Saturday Night Live number, I don't know how many. Somebody has to go back and see from December 31st to today how many Saturday nights has there been. And we've been here for all of those. So we should start saying Saturday Night Live number 74 or whatever it is. I don't know. Let's see, there's 52 in a year. And we're probably up to about 145, 130. Yeah, about 130, 133. Someone go and check. That's probably an easy Siri thing. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How many Saturday nights has there been between December 31st, 2018 and today? I know it's 2 years and 6 months, Fulio. Can you tell me how many Saturday nights there has been? How many days? Is 922 days exactly 2 years and 6 months? Because it says 2 years and 6 months. Did I pick 2 years and 6 months to ask that question in Siri? I don't know. Can someone tell me, is today the exact 2 years and 6 months point? Let's think about this. July, we're beyond that, right? It's July. I don't know. The beat seat, the drum you play with your hands and feet. Guys, these shows become podcasts. So all you have to do is become part of the show, and then you can be listening to it in your car one day and be like, oh my goodness, he mentioned my name, Keith Henry. I was driving and Keith Henry's like, that's me. I'm freaking Keith Henry. Everybody's like, no, I wish I was Keith Henry. Mark said Keith Henry. Yeah, that's Keith Henry right there. That's my brother. Comes by here from Rhode Island. Don't even fresh it out, okay? He comes down from Rhode Island to support the program. Okay, so you could be another Keith Henry somewhere. And you're like, oh, he's talking to me. No, I wasn't. I was talking to Keith Henry from Rhode Island. That's right. I'm just saying. Look, you have to understand that. You know, at the end of the day, you're just like, oh my goodness, Red Storm, my name is Red Storm, and he happened to be talking to me that night. No, I was talking to Red Storm, my friend over here from the Renaissance Man program. And that's just what happens over there. Cheryl Niles has already been in the show many, many a time. She's got her own river. You guys may have heard of it. Yeah, the Nile. The problem is they took the S off. They were like, we're stealing it from the Niles family. They didn't give her credit or anything. They just took it away. Yibbity yabbity you. Poor Cheryl Niles. Her whole family. They're out now. They didn't even get any of the profit either. Something to live for. I need a woo-hoo. Woo-hoo! That's what I'm talking about. It's nothing like a woo-hoo. It really does bring you up. I remember watching him when he did that. I swear, it's like almost like in a vignette where all you see is like it's dark around it. I just had this tunnel vision of Matt Zabrowski through the glass. I'm in the studio with Brian. Brian's the engineer. I'm sitting there. I'm watching this dude play to my track because I sat in there maybe about an hour before and just I laid out something to live for, which I really can't play with this because I don't have. It's not working currently, but let me see where. I don't have a capo over here. So, something to live for. I had just sat down maybe 10 minutes before you arrived, maybe 20 minutes before you arrived, and I laid this down. Just the acoustic, so we had him to something to play to. don't know if this thing's going to work. Give us some good luck. One of these has to have a little bit of love in it. Enough for us to play one song called Something to Live For. Because there sure is. You know, we sit here and we play song after song. We write song after song here that are new songs that never have happened. But at one time I wrote songs. I sat down with a pen and paper. It's there. We're playing it. We're going to get as much in it. If it starts to get cruddy, sorry. We're going to give it a shot. This is a song called Something to Live For. I wrote it in 2004. No, I'm sorry, 2006, right before I did this album. It was I wrote this the day before I went in to record the album. And I went in, I was like, I got the last song. And it became the fourth track on the album, Something to Live For, the name of the album. Isn't it crazy? That's a couple times that happened this year too, where the last song I wrote in the month became the name of the album that month. It's crazy. All of We Can Be the Change. It's crazy. Just if you go back and look at the names of the albums, you'd be like, wait, that's the last song of the month. This was the last song that I created right before the album was written. It's called Something to Live For. Gotta give me that crap camera again. There we go. That's not bad, right? You can still see a brother while I'm sitting here playing for you. Let's just move the top body over there because he's just a little off. There we go. That'll play. Bueller. So, Something to Live For. For a very long time, this is one of the songs I loved and I used to listen to all the time. It's what we start our show to every day. So, we're going to do our own version right now on the beat seat. I hope you enjoy. I was walking down the road today, looking for another way. Ease my mind and how am I living? I look into the windows of the passing cars, smiling next to me. No offense, that's just me living. The many perfect ways to... I gotta remember how it goes, guys. It's been a while. That's it. Hold on, we're starting over. Moment of Truth has this on his on the Spotify favorites. Guys, if you have not gone to Spotify and followed yet, go ahead. It's free. You can stream all the songs. There's 78 songs from this year, and then there's the 13 songs that includes this. So 88, 90. There's 91 songs of mine online that you can listen to. It's roughly 7 hours and a half of content. If you have a long drive, you could just listen to all of it and take you somewhere. But this song right here, this is from my studio album. The one was done in 2007. I was walking down the road today, looking for another way, easing my mind and how am I living. I look into the eyes of the passerby as I smile and roll on by. No offense, that's just me living. So many perfect ways to spend your days, it hit me. Whoa, there's something to live for. There's something to die for. There's something to live for. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was walking down the road today, looking for another way. Ease my mind and all my living.
I look into the eyes of the vesper Pires as I smile and roll on by. No events that just made living. So many perfect ways to spend your days, it hit me. Whoa, there's something to live for. There's something to die for. There's something to live for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Amazing how often I forget the old days, lying in the field under the stars, while the stars shine down and say, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's something to live for. There's something to die for. There's something to live for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's something to die for. Whoa, yeah, 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 yeah. Something to live for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, that's a problem. I gotta do it on there. Yeah, I'm out of key. This has been sitting here for a week, so it's in a different key right now. So I'm playing in some weird key and something to live for, so let's go with it. Something to live for. Something to live for. Something to die for. I need more.
something to die for. Won't you give me more? Something to live for. No. Something to die for. Yeah, won't you give me more? Yeah. There's something to live for. There's something to die for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's something to live for. Something to live for. Something to die for. Something to live for. No, we definitely got to unplug it because it's not working. Is it not working? Actually, I should keep it plugged in. Because if I have it unplugged, it's going to make a lot of weird noises like that. You got to do something like that, you know? You got to give that a little ding, 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 ding. Oh my goodness! Can you see what's going on over here? Yeah, that's not good, guys. Why didn't anybody tell me what's going on with my guitar over there? Let's watch the Les Paul break, too, just like the ES-165. Not funny, guys. You know we need a guitar, you know, if you want me to play. I don't have a guitar over there. So, this is a different tuning. Ooh. Let's get this out of the way. Hold on a minute. Okay. Yeah, we didn't do anything with this yet, did we? No, we didn't. Don't worry about the sign of the time. People wondering if they can trust everybody walking by. Clothes on you, gonna ID you, gonna put some sort of tag on your skin. You won't know if it's on you or it within. I'm kicking away, no, it's too late. Yeah, running from the sun, gonna burn you from behind as you run. You gotta wonder why. It's this time, there's just too much information on the web. They got us looking one way, doing something else. It's called misdirection. I'm so over it. Amazing thing, they're controlling everything. They're like, let's get them hooked down on their 5.6 stream. You're gonna wonder if they can feed you everything. You're wondering, can I ever get the truth? No, cause they've hidden it in front of you, and you keep looking down. There's a world going on around you, but you're so consumed with the lies. So consumed by the lies. They're coming at you left and right. There's no way to get away, 'cause you shut it all off. Get away. Everybody so sensitive, yeah, their skin so paper thin. No matter what is said, it affects them, and they can't get through their day unless they make a big scene. Look, God, looking at this lady, she's so mean. She's on the screen, she's, oh, let's just bow down and let's shut down the rest of the world now. It's amazing that I lasted this long. It's a wonder why I'm creating this song in real time. I'm sick of all the resistance in the world, and we should be coming together now. Especially when we all know the line right to our faces. Classic game of misdirection, yeah, it's the same thing you see when the magician's on the screen, pointing one way, yeah, you do it in the other. Wondering why I can't see where the bunny, the rabbit went in that hop just to pop it out. Oh, how do oh yeah, misdirect you, tell you one thing to do. the stuff in the other. And I don't know why I'm not going undercover, looking in the back end. As if you realize what's going on. Oh, they got an agenda that they be pushing on. And if you're looking on the surface, you're not gonna find a thing, 'cause they be hiding it down low. No matter if you put the search query in, you're not gonna find a thing, 'cause they've been hiding it under your nose. Yeah, you gotta look with some crazy codex. You gotta find, yeah, you gotta find yourself some sort of translator to get the information over. I found it in Russian, that I found it, so I gotta find a translator. Oh, I'm gonna do it later. It's a big game, yeah, they just hold us down like fish. Yeah, they put out the fishing rod and they put their worm on the end. Yeah, and everybody going to try to grab you with that hook and they pull you in. There's no getting away. Yeah, you got to go before it's too late. Particular reason why they gotta hold us down. There's no particular reason why they gotta drown our souls and keep us down. No, we gotta rise up. Yeah, start up some sort of group. If we got to, just don't be on Facebook, 'cause they'll be pulling you down before you even say a thing, 'cause it's against their agenda and you can't get away with it. No, you sucker chooched. You got sucker chooched there. Oh, you wanna post on Facebook? No way, it's down before the end of the day. You went against the guidelines. You spoke the truth again. Oh, we'll give you 30 days suspension. You're on your rear end. You're wondering how you're gonna reach your friends, but you can't, 'cause now we took away that ability from you. You're all sitting on the sidelines and 30 days around, you get your access back. You send your first message on the Facebook. You're like, I'm out of Facebook. I can't even say the freaking words. I'm saying it. I don't freaking care. Yeah, you get out 30 days in prison from Facebook. Take you out of jail and you say, I'm putting that hammer to nail, gonna stick it to him, that sucker chooch. I got a single thing to say to you, you suck, yeah, that's right. You're the worst human being in the world, because you keep controlling the agenda, and since you've been suppressing me, I got a single thing to say to you. You suck. thing to say. You use up, that's right. I hear you stole your program, you made it your own. Maybe you changed your name, I don't know, but you're not too creative, are you? All I gotta say is use up. Here's the game, we control the information. Keep them looking down at the screens. No matter what they do, just keep that information coming. You, no matter how fake it might be. In fact, I'll make it as fake as possible so they cannot go home and take their eyes off it. No, we want them there day and night. Oh, do what you gotta do, don't stop. You can't go home neither. And we got you over time, yeah. But you got to get them on mind control. Oh, we're almost there. Feeding a little longer, yeah, they're getting stronger. That connection to hate. Oh, gonna unleash them on each other soon. Then we're doomed. Something, I'm gonna give it to you later. It's better for me, I don't know, cause I'm gonna dig deep. Gonna find something, I'm gonna find something to take you down with. You can't fight the wave, no. You can't fight the wave, no. You can't fight the wave alone. No, you can't fight the wave alone. You can't fight the wave alone. So truly wake up, and be aware of everything that's going on around you before it's over. And if you start just saying yes and getting in line, I worry for you, cause there's no time left for you. You can't be a yes man, you gotta question everything, and if you don't, I gotta question you. Science, the act of asking questions to determining what the answer is, and if there is a solution, anything besides what they're telling you. If not, we're screwed. I don't know if that was any good. But it felt cool. It felt like what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a rap out of that tune. I remember telling you guys that last night. I was like, this should be a rap of some sort. I don't know if I could rap at all. I don't know if there was anything good there, but I tried to tell a story about how there's a real truth here that needs to be told. I hope it came through in the song, but if you think about this, the way this was pitched to me when I was a kid was, hey, access. You can look up anything. You can get any information you want. It's called the internet. There's 27 billion queries, and all you have to do is type something and you get the information. But then I started realizing something recently. If they have, today, if they have everybody doing this for their information, right? They can tell us whatever the freak they want, and they've been doing that now. Now, when I look for the truth and I try to find something, it's very hard. I have to dig deep. I got to search 5, 6 different queries in order to find something, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm close. They've started to lock down information to the point where when you look up simple things, you don't find what you're looking for. Has anybody else noticed this? When you start looking for simple stuff, it brings up things that aren't anything that are close to it all because it's trying to deviate you from what you're really looking for. You used to get all the information you're looking for. Now it's like you get partial information. They suppress certain information. And the beauty of their plan is this. Hey, if we get them to believe and to trust they can get all their information from this, then we can very simply take away the stuff we don't want them to see. Anybody ever heard of communism before? That's where we are right now, but it's because it's tech owned. They can do that. They're able to do it, and they did it. They've done it. That's why the control is out of hand. It has to be put to an end. But the reality is this. What I said in that song is true. If you speak the truth, your Facebook platform is taken down. It's insane. So I'm excited. Oh, thank you, Red. Susan, how are you? So good to see you, Susan. It's so funny. Susan, I almost sent you an email today. I wanted Susan to hear the song we wrote, guys. I Believe in You. That song is just like one of my favorite songs in history. And I was like, I got to send that to Susan Donahue. Plus, Susan, I don't know if you noticed this, but as an ode to you, Back to the Future Mark, he yells at a Susan all the time and no offense to you, it's not you, but Susan is the worst. She can't get it. She plays Tetris. Oh, yeah. Where she's on the phone with her husband, checking on him. How's he doing, Susan? Has your husband? Are you on with him right now? What do you do? You're still playing Tetris? What level are you? You're still on level 14. Just give it to me. Susan, just give me the freaking Tetris. I told you, I met Yagumi Sakadushi. He was the inventor. And I told him, block after the L shape. You gotta do the block after the L shape, and you always get a double Tetris. Just give it, Susan. You're still on 14 after 4 days. I don't care about getting the credit this time. Last time you were on 13 for 2 weeks. I told you, you bring the L shape down, you do a flipperoo, you drop down the quadruple 4, and then you take over the flat single, up and down, and then that last one comes through, and you know what to do with that one. Exactly. You stick it in the one area that's left, and you got a double Tetris situation going down. That worked. So you're finally on 15? Are you kidding me? She just said it was all her. Okay. It's the second time, Susan, where I told you how to do it. And you're like, I did it. I'm so good at Tetris. The worst Tetris player ever. I'm calling Yagumi. Yagumi's going to be like, oh, are you kidding me? I can't believe that Susan thought she could play Tetris better than you, FutureMark. And he's going to remind me, you were there when I invented the game, FutureMark. I'll be like, yeah, I know I was there. And then Susan comes over and she's just like, I'm going to play Tetris over here, level 14. When I tell Yagumi that you took 3 weeks to play level 13, he's going to laugh for a day. For one full day, he's going to laugh. I'm promising it because I know him. He's very funny. He likes to laugh. I can see it now. He's probably working on Tetris I forget what year we're in, maybe Tetris 74. But he's probably working on another Tetris right now. And he's going to laugh at you, Susan, because you did that. You're over there, you made level 14. It was just hilarious when you still couldn't get through 14. I gave you the info, and then you're like, I got it. I'm the best. Unbelievable. FutureMark. I gave you the info, and you're like, yibbity yap. Whatever, Susan. No, Telefriffin, I don't want to hear from you. You're sitting there like, I can't believe you came out of your stupor for 3 seconds. I'll tell you what, Telefriffin, if you change my background, I'm throwing my shoe at you. That's right, you're getting a shoe tonight. We're going to, I think they do that in Italy and in China. We're throwing shoes at people now. So you better get ready for that. Anyway, I planned on sending Susan Donahue the song I Believe in You, which we may at some point play. But man, are we in the middle of a jam right now? Let me try to rock something else for you real quick. And then we're going to play something that's pre-recorded, or we might do some Back to the Future Mark, actually, because who wants to ask Back to the Future Mark some questions tonight? Susan, thank you. Susan, you missed. So, by the way, we're on episode like 8 or 9. Oh, geez, there's so much that's happened. And we are, I think we're on episode 8 or 9 of Back to the Future Mark. Bottom line, Back to the Future Mark's from the year 2769. He's here to give you a warning of what's coming next. And if you don't know it, now you know. I mean, honestly, I don't know if we could just go there real quick so you could see, but yeah, no, that's not the right one. But still, you get the idea. Let's see if it opens. Let's see if this gives us anything here. I had something open yesterday, or 2 days ago. Not that. All right, where are we? Oh, that's right, we're in the Shire. Well, let's just pretend we're in the Shire for a moment. So, FutureMark's from the year 2769, and I'm here, actually right now I'm in 2312 I'm in Middle Earth. We actually discovered that in the 2270s. I told you guys that in one of the few previous episodes. But yeah, FutureMark just wanted to share a few things so you know. I'm not just from the future, I've also been to the ancient past, and I've been in some of the historical figures from the past. In fact, you may have heard of the Mandela effect. So you remember Moses, right? Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, it's everywhere. No, Marxists. I was there. I parted the Red Sea. I was there. 40 years tribulation. I did it. Every time I live a life cycle, I go back to 2769, and then I'm FutureMark again. And then I go back and live another life. Do you know how many freaking lives I lived? Let's go through them real quick. As you know, you need to understand where we are right now. So bottom line is you've got, as I said, I guess it started really with Moses, but they changed my name. Can I get my microphone, please? Hold on a minute. I need to just have a conversation with you guys here for a second. That song was so good it was worth a break for a few minutes for some FutureMark. Look, if you can't get FutureMark on the line, it's because he's in the friggin' future. Come on, give me my microphone. There we go. Are we good? Do we have a little something? Oh, yes, we do. Hold on a minute. So, this is where we are. Sorry. It goes inside, so it's just a little better there, okay? FutureMark. Susan, you're not going to do the microphone. Just, no, keep playing. You're doing great. You're doing fantastic, Susan. I'm here. I'm trying to do FutureMark. I'm trying to do FutureCast. I need my microphone. And you got me placing it in the middle of the show. You're like, no, man, I got to do it now. You know what, Susan? I've had enough. Seriously, I'm calling SAG. I'm calling AFTRA. I'm letting them know we need a new props gal. You can't come by and do the props job? No, Telefriffin, you hired her. And you, I don't even want to start with you. Where are we, in Middle Earth? You put me in freaking Middle Earth tonight? Telefriffin. I bet it's because Middle Earth doesn't change. And we're just sitting here like freaking by Gandalf's. Gotta go back to Gandalf's later and see what he's doing back there. Maybe he's got some tea, special tea. We're in the fields of the friggin' Middle Earth. These birds, too, I'll tell you. They're cute and all, but are you kidding me? Anyway, so bottom line is this. we started where we did, but let me just move forward a little. In the early days, we had to create a new pathway between here and there. And so I did it. And I was Mark, FutureMark. Oh, Polo, I came from Ireland. And I was like, yeah, guys, what's up? My name is FutureMark. Oh, Polo. And then somewhere afterwards, they're like, oh, that guy was amazing. He did such a great job. He brought rice back to his people. What was his name again? Marco Polo. They wrote it down wrong. Misinformation as far as I'm concerned, right? I mean, that's a Mandela effect right there. Then you just flip forward a tiny bit. Okay, let's just kind of just get to what's really important here. 1562, I get a call on the bat phone. Not really, no, I mean like it's one of those letters that comes through the mail from the Queen Elizabeth. She's like, I need you to go and sail and find the Indies. We sent freaking Christopher Columbus out there. We don't know where the hell he is. We need you to go out there and do your thing. I said, you know what? Instead, I'm going to go and do a world tour, LL Cool J style. Yeah, we did a world tour with my mic in my hand, and we did, you know, California, you know, look, last one was great. Nuclear Winter. We did a Nuclear Winter California song. It was quite perfect. I might play it for you later. Bottom line is this. I'm Markgellan. Markgellan. I'm traveling the freaking gold. You guys remember Magellan, right? No, it wasn't Magellan. It was Markgellan. I was the one out there around the globe. I had rocket boosters underneath from the future. I did the do Markgellan. I got, and then all of a sudden they're like, what's his name again? Magellan. They said Markgellan, and they wrote down Magellan. And then all of a sudden I'm out that too. So no, I didn't get Moses. I got that. They took Moses from me. You guys, man, remember Moses. Marxist. You remember, I forgot one of the more important ones. Marcus Aurelius. It was really Marcus, a real time traveler. And they went to like, they kind of moved it to Marcus Aurelius, is what they used to say to me. Marcus Aurelius. I'm like, I know I'm real. I'm the real time traveler. Marcus Aurelius. And then now, all of a sudden, they're like, Marcus Aurelius. No, it was never that. It was Mark is a real, he is. So remember, we move forward in time. One of the more controversial ones is when I'm there friggin' painting the Mona Lisa, and they're like, oh, that's so great, LeaMarko. And I did it. LeaMarko DaVinci. I did the Mona Lisa. And all of a sudden they come out of nowhere. They're like, oh, who did that beautiful painting of the woman? It's the most beautiful painting of all time. They're like, oh, LeaMarko. They're like, oh, Leonardo? No, not Leonardo. It's LeaMarko. Gosh, oh my, don't even get me started about the other. I'm over in the other side. This is Italy, different time, okay? I time travel. I'm there living lives for you. You guys go back in history book, they change it, Mandela effect on you. And so I'm there. They're like, hey, we need you to come and do that. Take care of it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just go over and give us something that will never be forgotten. The most beautiful thing we've ever seen in a building. And I'm like, I gotta see this, but let me finish this sculpture I'm working on. I'll be there in a little while. I finished up the little thingy-ding that's there at the bottom, and I go over there and I look, and I'm like, I could work with this. I climb up with my friggin' brushes. Hold on. I climb up with my friggin' brushes, and I painted the Sistine Chapel. Markaelangelo, I was up there. I got God, and he's going like this, and I painted Markaelangelo myself there. They touched God and Markaelangelo. And then all of a sudden, oh, it is the most beautiful ceiling ever. Is he French? I don't know. It is a beautiful ceiling. It is so beautiful. I'm getting feedback. In a minute. I get there. Is it beautiful? Who is this artist? Who these beautiful ceilings? Is such a way. And then the other guy goes, and he's French too. He goes, Markaelangelo. This guy goes, ooh, Michaelangelo? And this guy goes, yeah, Markaelangelo. They write down Michaelangelo. They freaking took that away from me. I painted Sistine Chapel. Hold on, I'm not even done yet. We're not even finished. One more. A few more, but one more definitely, okay? It's quite a song we created tonight, right? I gotta tell you, it's been kind of frustrating. It really has been kind of frustrating because they took away one of my most amazing compositions. In fact, all of them, if you think about it, they took them all away from me. And it's not fair because when I go back now, I don't even want to listen to them. I'm like, I don't even want to listen to them. And so when I hear like, dun 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 dun, come on the air, I'm like, no, shut it off. I throw things at people. FutureMark, I don't want to hear it. When I was Wolfgang Amadeus Markzart, I created everything. All of the songs that you guys are like, Mozart. It was Markzart. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm there. I'm doing it. Dun, 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 dun. Markzart. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, this is great. Who did this? That was a little bit of French. They're like, oh, it's beautiful. You this is beautiful music here. And they're like, I do Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Did you say Mozart? No, Markzart. Oh, Mozart. They still wrote Mozart. They stole it from me. They stole it from Markzart. So look, no matter how you look at it, FutureMark has been around. I've done my thing, and at the end of the day, I created a really cool timeline, but you were Mandela affected. You got affected by the Mandela, and you're like, holy cow. And you don't realize this too, but there was, and you really were Mandela on this one. That was me. My name was actually Nelson Markgello, and I was Nelson Markgello. You guys remember Mandela. That's how Mandela you were. You got so Mandela that you remember him as Nelson Mandela. It was Markgello. Susan, thank you for reminding me that. Isn't that what you said? Susan had said something about that. Hold on. She said that the Luxor Temple. Hold on a second. The Luxor Temple. I'm trying to remember who's from Luxor. If you can give me a couple of hints, I'll do that. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm out of my mind, aren't I? I did paint the Mona Lisa, the Mark Lisa. Well, no, I didn't want to paint myself. So I painted the Mona Lisa, who happened to be my maid. Yeah, she was there cleaning the house that day, and I was like, look, I need someone to paint. Can you hang out for a little bit? I'll get you a sandwich. And LeaMarko kind of did his thing. Yeah. You don't realize this too, but what happened, this is a very important thing. When I was Wolfgang Amadeus Markzart, I decided to take my master's. I wrote all my tablature down, and in the middle of the night, I was zonked by by Mozart. He took all of my papers, all of my musical works, my compositions. He whiteouted every freaking thing that said Markzart, and he wrote in Mozart. Just go look. Go look at the originals. Oh, I'm going to go look at Mozart's original tablature. Go. You're going to see some whiteout on the Mozart name. Scrape it off. Scrape it off. You do a scraperoo. Guess what you're going to find underneath? That's right. Markzart. That's what I did. I was Markzart. You don't think I was the one who created all those? Markzart. You got Markzarted. Just remember that. It's a very hard thing when you go through life and you get Markzarted. But it happens. It happens, and you can't. Marco DaVinci. Yeah, LeaMarko DaVinci. That's what it was. And you have to remember, when you're LeaMarko, you can do anything. Okay? So, guys, that's the Pink Panther. Oh, holy cow. Nostradamus. Oh, my goodness. Markstradamus. Guys, I'm not sure if you realize it, but I was also Markstradamus. Why do you think I could tell you about the future? You're like, oh, how did you know about the Twin Towers? How did you know about this, that, and nothing? I'm freaking future Markstradamus. And you're like, I can't believe it. Everything came true. Of course, I'm a freaking future teller. I'm from the future. Oh, say it ain't so. How did you do it, Markstradamus? I freaking took a time machine through a black hole. I show up there, Markstradamus style. Everything I wrote, I knew it would come true because I left from 2769. You're like, oh my goodness, he's so genius. No. I had the freaking, the lifetime supply. It's like, remember when Biff Tanner had the 50-year anniversary edition? I had the lifetime edition. Everything prior to 2769 shows up here on my phone. It's an app. Hold on. Yeah, right here, Biff Tannered. You got Biff Tannered. I think that's this telling me that I'm almost out of power. Chicken fried rice. It's definitely this telling me I'm almost out of power, so. It was fun while it lasted, yeah. Okay, now you're making noise. Yeah, I'm shutting it off now, see? I don't like it anymore. Hold on a minute. But so that's when we do some FutureMark, Marco DaVinci. You know, look, when you're LeaMarko, you know, I mean, it's kind of a cool bit, isn't it? It's just super silly and fun. Gosh, I love it. So, guys, that song we wrote, wow. Tom, how are you, my friend? So good to see you guys. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to see if I can see who's active with us right this second. Hold on a minute. There we go. I want to say, what is going on? Trish, Tom, Susan, Sig, Red, Keith, Jacqueline, Sid, Bex, and Anna. You guys are all awesome. So awesome to see you. We are here on Saturday Night Live, and we're going to get into it. We do have a lot of fun stuff to get into. Obviously, you just saw some of Back to the FutureMark. And look, at the end of the day, you have to understand that's what we're doing right now, is we are doing all kinds of silly things. That's what this world needs, honestly, is some silly stuff. Yeah, I dropped today at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. That time I painted the Sistine Chapel is what it's called. But I have got like 3 episodes still to drop for you. Actually, more about 4 episodes of this. Every night we've been doing something, and I just haven't had a chance to drop it all. So I drop it when I can. I hope everybody's doing awesome out there. This is Saturday Night Live. I don't know how many we've had so far, so we're in the middle of another one. Sid 45 made me laugh really hard. I wonder if we should watch Sid 45. Sid 45. Yeah, Sid's on right now. So you know what? We're going to watch a little Sid 45. Guys, if you don't know about Sid 45 now, you can get your complimentary 6-pack and a bag full of rupees from Sid if you just pop in your information below. Everything's down below. We sponsor this down below, and we're hoping to really give Sid a kickstart once he gets the next shipment. You'll see why he doesn't have any anymore right now. Anyway, here we go. Oh, this is I Believe in You. Hold on a minute. We'll do this later. Sydney, my brother, please give it a share. Give it a like. There's the link. Hey, I like it. Hey, good job, Mark. I shared it with my friend in Alaska. His name is Sid. Sid already has it. But thanks for sharing it with Sid anyway, because now he has a second link. Now Sid can go right to the channel, or he can go to the email you sent. So thank you for that. You were being very thoughtful. You're like, I got a friend in Alaska. His name is Sid. I'll send it to him. Sydney? Sid 45? Yeah, we know Sid 45. You know, we sponsor his drink every night. That's right, Sid 45. And when you getting yourself a nice drink, get yourself a Sid 45. That's right. There's nothing like a Sid 45 when it's negative 45 degrees here in Alaska. Get yourself a Sid 45 by Menon. And Sid's over there, Sid 45. Guys, when you need your liquor, make sure you order your Sid 45. They're available down below. Check the description. Sid 45s, and they're on sale. You can get a 6-pack for 6,229 rupees. You can only buy it in rupees right now. We don't have the conversion to US dollars yet. But if you got rupees, you can make that order tonight. Sid, did you figure out how to exchange the rupees for money yet? Because I know that was something Sid was trying to figure out still. He's like, look, I'll take the rupees, but like, then what? Like, okay, cool, I got the rupees. But then, like, what do you do with rupees if you can't go and, like, change them out and get money for the rupees? Like, nobody wants rupees sometimes. They're like, I don't feel like it. I'm good with the rupees at the moment. Like, if you came in with German Deutschmark, we'd be good. Like, I'd be like, okay, good, here you go, exchange that thing out. But when you come by with rupees, I'm like, I'm good on the rupee situation, You got a big pile of rupees. You're like, I sold Sid 45s. Everybody for rupees, part of the world. They're like, I'm buying a Sid 45 to go to bed. Sid gets the Sid 45s out to them. They all sign. The rupees come through in the mail. He buys them in the mail. A couple people send in some powder. It's not anthrax. No, it was just like somebody was just shaving, like a talcum powder. It happens sometimes, but most of them were rupees. And when they got there, Sid had a big pile of rupees. It was like an old cartoon where you have that big pile of rupees behind him. And he's there, and then all of a sudden he's like, well, geez, how am I going to exchange these? Everywhere he goes, they're like, oh, rupees? Sorry, we're not interested. We're not in the business of rupees. Sorry, you have Deutschmarks? No? Okay, good, sorry. Look, if you had sterling, British sterling, or if you're working with U.S. dollars, good to go. Ruby, no, we're not good on that one. Go and find a Russian or something and see if you can work with them. You can do some sort of back end, 20 cents on the dollar, whatever. Because we are not interested in your situation there, rupees. No, we're not into it. Sorry. Do like your product though. Sid 45 is very good. I had a friend of mine buy it for me. He had rupees. And so, like, I was there at his house one night. He's like, look, this is cool. I just sent it through the mail. He was the one that was shaving talcum powder. He was talking to the guy who came through the mail. Sorry, Sid, but you know what? Love the product. Good stuff. I'm curious, are you going to make like a Sid 45 squared where you do the Bach version? So instead of it being like a 4.2 on the alcohol, you're going to do like an 8.4. You're thinking about we're just giving you ideas because we do like the Sid 45. If you're going on a malt level anyway, you could push it up to an 8.4. I'm not trying to tell you your business. I mean, you are Sid 45. So like, that's not me to be like, hey, you should do this, Sid. But if you do it, I can guarantee you, boom, 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 you got a client for life right here. Sid 45 Bach 2021 version. We are in. Are you selling styles? What's the IPO? If you could let me know on that one, we're going to be investing. Because we're talking about big time here, Sid 45. You're out there on the stock. You're on the shelves. People going there, like, what do I want to drink? I'm getting a Sid 45. That's right. It's the face drink of the best of the kind, but someone's saying it's the best in the world. Everybody says that. They're all there drinking it. Everybody's drinking the Sid 45. Bach. You can't. You can't do that. Make a Bach version. Sometimes, Sid, I really question, like when you get a great idea like that you don't just run to the drawing board. Sid pretty well, he's going to the Bach version. You just double the freaking alcohol. That's all you got to do. Leave it in for twice, I think. That's what you do. You're like, oh, I took it out after 3 weeks and it was good. Leave it in for 6. You got double at that point. You're blowing it out. I made a Bach Sid 45. You put it on the shelf. You make $1 billion. You're the first Sid 45 billionaire. If FutureMark was here, he would tell you, Sid, I've seen this episode. It is done. If you put your head down, it gets accomplished. Yeah, the Sid 45 train just takes over. And all of a sudden, across the friggin' land, everyone's drinking Sid 45. The Bach version. You're surprised. Like, Sid's the one who's most surprised. He's sitting there, he's like, I can't figure it out anymore. Nobody bought the regular Sid 45. They all went Bach. Everybody went Bach. The whole planet went Bach. They're like, Sid 45 Bach, Sid 45 Bach. And you're like a super billionaire because you listened. You listened to the guy who wasn't going to take your rupees. I'm sorry, we can't. That's why the guy gave them to you. The guy who gave you the rupees so he can get the Sid 45. He's like, I can't freaking do anything with the rupees anyway. There's a guy who takes rupees for Sid 45. Shoo, let me give him all the freaking rupees I got. This guy sent the quarter of his house was there. It was just all like filled with rupees. Just in the mail. 30 packages. Sid, how many packages did you get from him? I think it was 30. And yeah, there we go. Sid said there were 6,900 rupees per case. And he got 39 cases from that guy. Just for like, all he wanted back was 2 6-packs of Sid 45 for 39 cases of rupees. And Sid was like, yeah, no, cool, I got all these rupees. He didn't realize that rupees are friggin' garbage. Like, nobody even wants them. You can't even give them out to kids at Halloween. They're like, I got rupees. Parents throwing them back at Sid's house. Sid's got rupees all over his garden. People are like, wow, that's a really cool, like, like he's got this really cool landscape garden thing going on with art. Oh, what do you mean there's art? I don't know. There's all these red things all over. That you freaking rupees. He's got rupees all over his lawn every freaking where. A couple of kids threw him hard. Put him like if they threw him so hard, stuck in the side of the wood siding, cedar. So it's, it's a little softer. Rupees. And you got rupees in the siding now, looking like an old Keebler elf hut with all the rupees. And people walk by and laugh, chuckle. They're like, I don't even want to take him off the lawn. Let's just walk by and laugh at that guy who has rupees everywhere. The sad thing is that even though the entire property's filled with rupees now, where you could barely see any grass, all you see is rupees, you still go in the door, and as you open the door, friggin' rupees come out, just like pouring out of the house. You gotta go in like the old like balls when you go to Hershey's Park, and you come down the slide, and it's just like a bunch of balls, and you're like, look, Mom and Dad, you're throwing the little colored balls around like the lady the other day with the fingernails, all those different colors, and you go, look at me. You're doing that in the house, kicking out rupees so you can just go in and grab a freaking glass of milk. You're like, I'll just need a glass of milk. Open the door. Out into the street. The kids are surfboarding on it. You got a hill. You live on a hill. This kills me. What the hell is wrong with me? I just keep going with it. Yep. The rupees are pouring out of the house. You have a hill on a 3-degree pitch. They're starting to roll, right? Little kid comes down, 7-year-old. He's like the second coming of Tony Hawk. He takes the wheels off of his skateboard. He gets on them freaking rupees. He's going down the hill. He's going around. He goes around the freaking street like the pole. He's like this, right? He comes to the one point where you have to go over the curve, right? He ollies that curve like a champ. In the process, kicks up a couple rupees into Mrs. Robinson's light bulb. She was not happy. That was a special light bulb. That was Anderson Philipson that made that light. And she's like, just keep in mind, okay? Rupees every freaking where. While this kid's coming down, you still hear it. It's coming out of the house. The kid's surfing on the rupees. Surfing. Ollies in the air. Kicks up. Rupees all over. Breaks the special light. It's my favorite light. She's pissed, right? The kid's up in the air. 7. Flies through the air right at the same time. There's a little, like a 16-year-old kid who's there smoking a cigarette. He's that kid, right? He's like, I'm doing it. He's smoking a cigarette. He's got his phone out. He's TikToking it. Look at me, I'm smoking a cigarette. He realizes that this 7-year-old is the real TikTok star. Flips the camera. Yibbity yap. He's filming this kid right now. He's flying through the air like this. Rupees flying into Mrs. Robinson's special light. This bonehead over here with the cigarette. Right? 7-year-old's flying through the air. He kicks the board out to do one of this old and land on his feet. It flies into this is the craziest part. Flies through into the air. Hits the mailman right in the nog. It just so happened that it was a movie being filmed that day. And that skateboard happened to hit Ben Affleck right in his head. The thing is, it really wouldn't have been difficult to hit him in the head. No matter where that skateboard was projected that day. It could have been in that direction. Could have been in that direction. Could have been up there. Could have been down there. You're hitting freaking Affleck right in the direct part of the face. Like you're like, oh my goodness. 7-year-old splat right on Ben Affleck. Couple rupees right into Affleck. Right down the ground. He's like, that was like when I was Pluto and an asteroid hit me. Doesn't bother him at all, right? So here's the thing. You feel really bad because you ran into him full speed. You're a 7-year-old. And you're like, I love you, man. Like, you were awesome in Batman. You didn't realize his head was that big either, though. Like, that's the one thing as a 7-year-old. You did step back. You're like, oh, at first. And then you were like, oh, that's right. That's the guy from the movie. And then you're trying to figure out as a 7-year-old. We were kind of really impressed with the way your mind functioned, that you started going through the process of saying to yourself, how the freaking heck did they get that guy's head on camera? It must have been like a 7-camera job, you know, film it from enough angles and you can get one angle, you know, like if I take all of these angles and capture an Affleck, maybe I could concise it into a normal looking head. And that's what they seem to be doing in Hollywood. And that is what the 7-year-old figured out as he gingerly walked across the entire street filled of rupees because your freaking door is still pouring it out. All right, here's the crazy thing. You are standing there. You're looking at it. Sid, you're looking down the street as this kid does all of this. You're like, holy freaking cow, he ran into Affleck. And you said again, you're like, he ran into Affleck again. Because you thought you saw something like that in a dream. There's like a weird deja vu moment for you. You're like, he did it again. There's the first time, Sid. You should really need some rest. Anyway, so then you're like, oh, goody, goody. That's good because most of the rupees are out of the house now. I don't have to worry about that. I'm having a hard time with the exchange rate. You go in the door and you're still at 7 feet. 7 feet of rupees. You walk in and you're swimming in it. Pushing him out the door in the process just to try to make a freaking somewhat of a path to get some milk. I know. Sid, it's like, it's unbelievable. Why won't anybody just take your rupees? Take them off your hands already. I mean, like, you just want to go back to normal. Walk through your house and not have to, swim across the house. Rupee house. That's rupees. Really. That's where we are. That's where Sid is right now. Sid 45. Look, you wanted to have the production launch and do it before you had the currency situation figured out. Oh, we can't sell it to people in the U.S. We can't sell it to anybody but people from India. Oh, really? You're going to go put it in India for rupees? Okay, yeah, you do the rupee situation. Okay? Go ahead. Let me know how you're doing in up there in Alaska when you get that freaking rupee in the mail. Oh, how'd you do? I got a freaking house full of rupees. Oh, literally? Like, what do you mean? Like a room? No, the house. Up to the freaking ceiling. I can't even go in there. How do you get your milk? I don't know. I still haven't figured that out. I'm opening the door, and I'm watching kids skateboard down the friggin' street. My neighbor hates me. She had this really cool light. No more. Yeah, a little kid ran into Ben Affleck. Right into the big, for that part of right by there. Affleck just went like this. It didn't even feel it. He didn't know what happened, actually. He had his eyes closed for a split second. He's just taking a nap. And he's like, oh. He did one of those. And poor 7-year-old, he's like splattered. Came out. Affleck! Affleck has a hard time hearing when you're that close to him. Because remember, when you're here, his ears are all the way the frig over there. Like, all the way there, and all the way over to friggin' there. Oh, he's like, well, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Hold on, let me. What's that? Can you say that one more time? He's got to turn his friggin' head to hear anything you say. I'm sorry. It's just what happens when you're out there on the street with rupees in your house trying to kick him out of the friggin' house. Sid! Just give it another 2 weeks. Get your manager to hook up the conversion rate. Sell it to U.S. customers as well. Sold out the first night. He's like, I'm going rupees. Sold the friggin' complete stock out. He's like, I got 750,000, cases of this Sid 45. Sells it out, all rupees. Now he can't get his money back. He's like, can I get my 750,000 cases of Sid 45 back? Because your rupees are worthless. Sorry, buddy. No takebacks. No takebacks. You should have known before you made a deal like 2 6-packs for 3,247 rupees. That's a deal you have to live with now, Sid. I'm actually enjoying this Sid 45 right now while you're talking to me. We open them and if we drink it, each can, it takes us a week to get through. A sip a day. A sip a day, Sid 45. We can't, take too much in at one time. First of all, we could die. We don't ever drink. But the other thing is that we use it for our religious celebrations. So Sid 45, Bach version. We're doing that one now. I just want to thank you for it, Sid 45. And how are those rupees doing? Yeah, not too good, right? Old Sid. Sid 45. Get the greatest drink on the planet. It's the Bach version. Kick you in the friggin' Bach. I don't know what the hell that is. Some people like Beethoven. Other people like Mozart. Sid 45 likes Bach. Ooh, I just came up with the commercial. I want full credit. I want full credit for that one, Sid. Some people like Beethoven. Other people like Mozart. Sid 45, we like Bach. Boom! 8.4% alcohol by volume. By Menon. We did it. We did it by Menon again. Gosh, I love that. Of course, you see all the Ben Affleck stuff. The Curious Case of Ben Affleck is a thing. Just in case you guys have not seen it yet, it's crazy. We literally just make fun of Affleck head. And this is just a funny thing that happened. So I want to explain. I actually like Ben Affleck very much. But his head is massive. I just remember I was watching Mallrats when I was a kid. When I was I used to love movies. I watched Friday a million times. I used to do Smokey. I love Mallrats. I used to love that movie. And Ben Affleck's in that movie, and he's in an oversized suit. Right, oversized jacket. But the thing is his head is still bigger than everything else. The suit doesn't fit him at all. But his head is and I don't know what he was on. If he was lifting at the time and he was taking I don't know, some sort of nutritional additional. Now he's trim and fit, so it doesn't really have the same appeal. But when you saw, there was this one scene where he grabs Shannon Doherty. And they're side by side. It's a side shot. And he's going, yeah. And he looks at her. I swear on my life, his face is 7 times the size of hers. It really wasn't 7, but it was just so much bigger. And I was like, this is ridiculous. How the hell do they hire this guy, And then he becomes Ben Affleck. It's oh my goodness. I still can't believe that. I specifically remember that. I was watching that movie, and I thought that Jason, what's his name? He is a great actor. He's the guy who played in the Chipmunks. You know what I'm talking about. He played the funny guy in the movie, and I expected him to just be a massive star. And he was big. I think he did a lot, but I don't think he was massive, like Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck became the star out of that. And I remember watching it in that freaking head. So now we've created a series, The Curious Case of Ben Affleck. But if you look back on Dick Face, there's 15, 20 bits of Ben Affleck just getting scorched by Dick Face. And Face's like, you didn't go to friggin' Affleck? Sonny! You know that Affleck's 50 times the size of Sonny's fist, right? One of the funniest bits is when we talked about how there's going to be a meteor one day that comes and hits this planet. And Ben Affleck's going to have to stand up and just kind of pop his that friggin' forehead right in the way, right in the path. Demolishes the meteorite. Demolishes. It's like the biggest meteor in history. Dust. When it made impact with Affleck. Affleck goes like this afterwards. He didn't even feel anything. Didn't even get a headache. He didn't get a headache. Dust. Thank you, Ben Affleck. That's why I said Ben Affleck is like, he's pretty much like our savior and also the reason why the world ends. Two things at once. You're like, oh, I love the weather. I love the fact that it's not a glacier in my backyard. Yep, well, until Ben Affleck, we got off course. He winds up here on planet Earth, walking around. He's on Wilshire right now. No, I think he took over the whole street. Good luck. I wanted to go to Gucci. Yeah, we gotta wait. You gotta wait until Affleck's out of the area. How long? Once he starts moving, roughly an hour and a half. By the time he moves his body out of the area, the head, maybe an hour and 20. I'm just saying, don't expect to get into Gucci anytime soon. You got to give it a break. Go grab yourself a Starbucks. You go down the street, grab yourself Starbucks, put your feet up, call a friend. You can play some Tetris. Susan's into Tetris. But I'll tell you what, you're going to have to wait your turn. Because Affleck is in town. Yeah, he's getting, they have to actually measure the head to figure out what they could fit on it. He's going to an event. They need to figure out a top hat situation. They've purchased all of the yarn in China. All of it, black, in order to create the hat. And they're still short. Trying to find a supplier in Singapore currently. See if they can finish off the rest of it. They only got about a quarter of the way. All the China. Cotton, all of it. I got all the thread. Oh, then we could make 50,000 hats, right? Nope. We're not even through one. We're on the line with Singapore right now, asking them what they got. Susan, you heard... what did Brazil say? Oh, Brazil sending us some as well. So Brazil's on board. What else do we got coming in? Because we're out. Literally, I used all of China's. And that was the best deal. We were getting the best deal from China. That's where we started with China, right, Susan? You got China because we saved a lot. Tell us, Riffrin, was China that much cheaper than going with Brazil or going with Singapore from the top? I'm just trying to figure you out because I'm just here. But, she said China was the one who could deliver quickest. They had it in stock. Brazil apparently is in the middle of manufacturing it. It's almost ready, and they could ship it to us. It should be here by next week. So listen, that's good. Susan, tell them to ship it. We got to get this friggin' hat made for Affleck. He can't go to this event without the hat. And what do you want him to do? Throw the quarter that we built so far and just have it sit on the top he's not even that. He's not religious. We're not going to have him wear that he's a religious sort of artifact. No, I think what you have to do is you need to get it shipped overnight. Can you tell Brazil to finish that freaking thing up? It's for Ben Affleck head. This is an unbelievable exposure for them. They're going to be able to see it from the rover. Yeah. Mars, they're going to turn around and look back and be like, what is that moving around? The top hat. Affleck. And look, Susan, don't you want credit for it too? I'll have them put a special message on the top that says Susan didn't beat level 14 in Tetris on her own. No, you didn't do it. I helped you. Stop trying to take credit for it. She's always doing, don't take credit for level 14 or 13. I was all me. How far along are you on 15? She's having a terrible time on 15. Listen, Susan, why don't you do your job? I had to take off the friggin' microphone lapel because you weren't doing your job. And now you're there doing Tetris 15. It's kind of over it, is what it comes down to here. You never know when FutureMark's just going to show up. Look, sometimes I just show up out of nowhere, popped in from a black hole, you blinked. Oh, look, it's FutureMark. Yeah. Look, Affleck head, when he gets that helmet on, It's basically a helmet. We're going to have to fit it to his head. Nothing works. We tried elastic. We tried a special, like, this weird alien technology. It kind of shrinks on your head. We couldn't get it, even a sample big enough. The circumference of an Affleck. It's like the Pluto is walking down a street. You guys ever seen the inside of an Affleck mobile? Good luck. Like you getting in there with it. It's sized for one, and barely. Like he's like for him to get in there and actually comfortably, to like comfortably drive around. Needs a Humvee. He needs to take it and just dig it all out. He's digging out a Humvee. Not even the street ones. He's got to get one from military. He bought a military Humvee. They got to dig the whole thing out. And they made one single seat in there from like the Batmobile, where he's in the middle. But it's not because they're like, oh, you want to make a Batmobile? Because they can't freaking fit anything else in there but his head. His body takes up a small portion of the cockpit. The rest, they also made special seatbelts for his ears. He's like this in the car, but his head is like right up against the window, so they wanted to make sure that he doesn't bang up against it when he hits like a bump. So he just kind of seatbelts the ears. He's good to go. You didn't see that? You guys didn't see that? There's a YouTube video going around. Yeah, just check it out. Look, I sometimes I don't want to tell you about the things that are out there if they're like embarrassing, but look, you shouldn't have put a video up. You shouldn't have been like all proud. Guys, check out my ear belts. They call them ear belts. He's got ear belts. Like I got ear pods where I'm like, sometimes I want to listen to music. I throw on my ear pods. He's got ear belts. He had them electronically placed into the car, so when he sits down and he pushes this key in the ignition, he goes and it sucks his head back like this, so he doesn't bang it up against the one of the sides. Remember, they centered him in the Humvee. They still do a little bouncing. Sometimes Affleck will hit a bump or something. You want to make sure he doesn't get a coma, banging that head up against something. Steel as well. Remember, because he needs the Humvee, that's all steel, like reinforced. He's driving 2 miles an hour. That's the speed. Like you can get up to 5. Affleck. Sometimes this is an interesting one. He'll get like an old, Ford Fairlane and take the friggin' top down, right? Because then he's just like out and about, And it's interesting to see a head that large popping out the top of a Ford Fairlane. The reason the Ford Fairlane works is because the front seat is one big seat, so he can just center himself. He's actually driving like that. He was trying to contact the manufacturer to see if they could move the steering wheel into the center like his Humvee, but they couldn't do it. They're like, no, it's a classic, so they didn't want to touch the classic. But I would have ripped that friggin' chassis apart, bring that thing right into the center and be like, Affleck walks around every once in a while, he hits the horn and something pops out of his ears. I don't know, money. Not really sure what he wants to give away, but he could give away things. And it could be one of those really interesting party tricks where he's all of a sudden like, and he pops it out of his ears. One on each side. Little kids walking by, getting things out of the ear of Affleck. I'm just saying, this is real. This is what happens. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, you didn't know, but I'm telling you now. Tom said at the United States of Affleck, Estonia. Look when you got Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez coming together in matrimony. You gotta remember that the third time's the charm, I think. Third time's the charm. She's never been happier. This time, trying to figure that one out. Lethal Weapon 4 was one of the funniest. Yeah, Joe Pesci was great in that movie. What a good movie that was. So guys, that was a little bit of silliness, but that's what we do here, is some silliness. We had some Sid 45 too, so don't fresh me out. I had a call with a buddy last night. We were talking about the Grateful Dead bit I did, which is quite silly. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but that was very funny. I got a hair over here. I think it's Max hair. Freaking Max. What are we doing, Max? Oh man, we got a lot of cool stuff here, but let me just see. Because I'm going to grab myself a little snack. It's 12:15 real quick. Grab my bite. Okay, so everything is possible. I believe in you. No one hears me. Rise up and fight. I believe in you as an instrumental. Don't breathe. Oof. Curious Case of Ben Affleck. Google moderators. That was a good bit. Who wants to see what? Let's see. What does a fox say? Sid, you're hilarious. What does the fox say? Something like that, right? Oh my goodness, guys. Let's see if anybody wants to hear a piece of music here. Let's see. You know what? We had a really vibing tune at the beginning of the night. It reminds me of something that's pretty well. I mean, like, it's hard for me to like pick songs for us to play while we're alive together, guys, because there's some cool stuff we've done. But this one right here is pretty cool. I just gave you the link. This is on the last album I just put out. It's called Until the World Stops Spinning. Another cool moment that took place about maybe 2 weeks ago. Cool vibe on the beat here. Thursday night, feeling right. Wanna let my boat come sailing in. Look out over the waves, and I don't see it coming up. That's okay, 'cause I'll wait until the world stops spinning. Till the world stops spinning.
Take a rocket ship, go out the atmosphere. Don't look back, don't have fear. No, don't look back. You're taking it out to the galaxy now. You're on your way. So much this opportunity coming your way. Matter what. Because the world stops spinning.
Oh, of course, we have it sit there. At least they didn't throw it onto some random like commercial. I didn't even get to grab myself something to eat. Anyway, what happened to? Oh, I think I saw Sig dropped his phone. Too bad. Anyway, hopefully Red will be back soon in a couple seconds. I was like, what happened? What? And then I looked and Red was like smooth. We were in the middle of a jam, so it was just a dropped phone. Anyway, we are rocking it out here. It is Saturday Night Live, and the question I had was, should we continue on or should we call this an evening now? Like, what are you guys thinking? What's everybody thinking out there? I could probably throw on a Back to the FutureMark episode, like the one from today. We didn't get to watch it fully yesterday, got cut off. It is actually a very funny episode. It goes into a lot of the stuff we talked about earlier, but you know what I'm going to put on because I could use an actual sandwich or something like that. I don't remember what I said on the very first episode of Curious Case of Ben Affleck had. So we're going to do it. And it'll give me a chance. I'm going to give you the link as well. It'll give me a chance to grab a bite to eat. Ashaka, adasa, out. The Curious Case of Ben Affleck Head by Menon.
Welcome to the Amazon Fulfillment Center tour.
Amazon.
We're really excited to be showing you around our
Really
building.
excited to sell you the old outfit. We're gonna get you people in here. Look at that. Got a lot of crap in the place.
You know, the one thing I've learned is that when you start something, you got to let it flush out. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just take a little piece. And that's why sometimes you'll see like an 18 to 20 minute Dick Facce clip where I'm ripping apart Ben Affleck for 9 of those 18 minutes or 10, 12 of those 18 minutes because it's necessary. It's necessary that you know the size of his head. Without that information, you will be completely at a disadvantage when you see him in the countryside and you have to take your Volvo around on a detour. How do you know where the pinpoint positions are so you could start your turn around the noggin? This is only information you'd know if you had an understanding of the size and girth of an Affleck head. So this is the point. You can't rush the definition within, right? You can't rush the form factor. Oh, it's Ben Affleck, massive head. So you didn't get that. You're like, oh, what is it, a bug? The size of freaking Pluto. Oh, what do you do? The size of a basketball? No. The size of like the Doppler 5001 radar. Just a big dome. Can't walk through doors. Needs double-sized doors. You guys see the way they cut the interior of his cars out so he could fit that friggin' noggin in there. Oh my goodness, guys. You gotta feel bad sometimes for Affleck because, you know, he can't even watch like sporting events for his kids. They're like, oh, sorry. We're only admitting one. We're not allowing you to take up the entire freaking wing of the gym with that friggin' head. Why don't you just put a camera in the room and like Wi-Fi it? You can watch it from your oversized interior car. Throw it on the screen. I got a better idea. Go home. Just like, I'm sure you have a device that, or you could have someone film it and then beam it to you so you're watching. Somebody with a normal size head can show up and film and beam it to you with the big nog and watch it on a big screen. Not as big as your head. In fact, it's actually like you got to cross your eyes to see it. It's the biggest screen in history. You still have to cross your eyes. They put 15 of the screens together. They got it out like that. 120 inches screen. 15 of them. You still had to slightly cross your eyes. You had to go like this. Just a little like that in order to see them. They were putting information. You were hoping to just be like, I'm Ben Affleck, and just look like this. Had to cross your eyes a little bit. It required 30 screens for you to be able to look at it straight. And even then, tiny bit. Like just like that. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't looking at it straight like you had on, like this. You weren't like, hey, what's up? You had a little bit of something going on. Something was going on with your eyes when you looked at it, even with 30. It took 97 for you to be dead on, where you're just like, 97 screens. Just 120 inch, 97. Because you're talking 120, 100. They had triple level, and then all the way out. And then Affleck was like, oh, I like this movie. They had to do it. They had 97 because they didn't want to hurt his eyes for the next Batman film, where they need 74 cameras to shoot his head. You didn't know this? Guys, they had to rent out the entire wing of Universal Studios just to fit his friggin' nog. You know the ones where they open the doors wide? That's the only way you can get an Affleck head into the Studio B. That's the one that they use, Studio B, because that one has the doors that slide open 87 feet wide, so you could bring an Affleck head in. Even then, he shaved a couple of the panels off with his head when he was coming through. Freaking humongous. I told you, there's a couple of scientists that firmly believe that Ben Affleck is truly the miniature planet Pluto. Look, I know it's a stretch, but where did Pluto go? We can't find it. Right there, walking around Los Angeles in his backyard. He's got 94 acres there because his head takes up 73 of them. He's oh my God. You guys know that he rents spaces to the cell phone companies, right? They wanted to put some towers. And they're like, where can we find a good place to put a tower? Right on the friggin' top of Affleck. They also, this is not a well-known fact by any means, but it is a fact. When Elon Musk was searching for locations to take off and land with SpaceX, the first run was off of Affleck. You didn't know that? You didn't know the first SpaceX flight was actually off of Affleck and landed on his friggin' forehead? Sometimes I wonder where you get your information. You didn't even look that one up. Go look it up. You see Affleck sitting there like this. The rocket, this is the largest rocket history of time. Elon Musk makes it. He's like, look, I make the greatest rocket ever. Makes this rocket huge. When it landed, it looked like a toothpick on Ben Affleck's head. Toothpick. People are like, what is that, a fake rocket? No, biggest rocket in history. Affleck. If you saw a rocket taking off of what you would think is Pluto, you would say the same thing. That looks like a toothpick. Yeah. There's a very small contingent on the planet that still says Ben Affleck is truly the planet Nibiru. He's here on his 3,600-mile journey. He showed up 34 years ago. He's been here. Affleck, Nibiru, Planet X, all the same. Yeah. It's only a matter of time before it's disclosed. And people are like, oh, I knew it the whole time. I went to go and get waffles one morning with my wife, Lorraine. And she's like, let's go down and get some waffles. We took what we thought would be a 3-minute drive down to the local waffle inn. And Ben Affleck happened to be there. Yeah, he took up the entire freaking parking lot and the street. And we had to do a detour. This is the first time I learned of the Affleck detour. It's a whole different, this is like a thing. This is a thing, the Affleck detour. And so basically, I had to leave my county. I had to go around into Suffolk County, come around to Donaldson County, and back to Waffle Inn. Affleck. This is what we're dealing with. Down here, like, he thinks he can get away with it because he's like a superstar. But you know what? There's also a thing people say, like, superstars have massive heads. Like, their heads, their noggins are very large. And Affleck takes the cake. Yeah, I think he's got a Guinness Book for, like, world record for circumference of a friggin' noggin. Like, there may be something wrong. Water on the brain. Like, something's going on in there. Watermelon head. Whatever you want to call him, it's definitely something that we should be discussing. It may be something that we should be quantifying. You want to quantify what the frig that is? Because I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, you know? It doesn't really make logical sense, you know? Like, okay, I have to stand at 350 yards in order to look at Affleck and see him. And be like, oh, wow, look, that's Affleck. I don't have to go like this fully, 350 yards. Any closer, I'm doing one of these. I'm like, holy freaking cow, Affleck. How do you get around with that nog? What are we doing here? It's like, geez, you know what? Just stand right there. You're perfect. You're my shade. I don't like that the sun is currently at what I would say is my 3 o'clock. And you're perfectly blocking the heat with the backside of your Affleck head. What is that made of, by the way? That's not human, right? You're not. Are you? I've never seen anything like that before. There was a game back in the 90s called Bonk's Adventure. Were you the star? Like, what? I'm not trying to be rude by any means, but is that thing licensed? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, when you go out, do people, like, say, okay, look, I need to see your ID. And you're like, oh, here it is. And they're like, no, I need the ID for the friggin' planet you have in your head. That isn't a head. That's a planet. Pluto. Nibiru. When you have a head the size of Affleck, I guess you become a movie star? I don't know. I mean, can't figure it out. But I said we really cannot chance him traveling outside of Los Angeles. If he gets on an airplane and then lands, gets off, and steps on the other part of the planet, poles shift. The poles shift. It's all because of Affleck. We need to keep him over there. West Coast. I would say this. Affleck, I like your insurance, okay? Affleck. But I don't really think we should allow you near children. There's a chance you may swallow someone by accident. You're just like, you take a deep breath because you yawned, and you swallow a young boy. I brought my young boy around Ben Affleck head, and he swallowed him. How did it happen? He was taking a deep breath, and he yawned. Before you know it, little Timmy was gone. Where did he go? You don't want to know. Ben Affleck's normal-sized belly. He does a weird thing. It's like a snake where he eyes his jaw and swallows the little boy whole. Look what we're dealing with here. Oh my goodness, guys, Affleck. He always makes me laugh, that Ben Affleck. Oh goodness. Well, we had another one. Another great show tonight. And remember, guys, this show is live every single day at 10 p.m. So make sure you subscribe. You dingy the belly. Don't just subscribe, make sure you ding the bell. Because if you know anything about YouTube, if you subscribe, you're basically unsubscribed. Yeah, you need to ding the bell or you will never hear from the show you subscribe to again. That's what's going down. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, and they unsubscribe you. Like, oh, wasn't the show on last night? Yeah, but you didn't ding the bell, so we thought you didn't want to know. Oh, but I subscribed. No, you didn't. You didn't put the effort in. Remember, you got to go subscribe and then, all notifications. You didn't do that. That told us that you really don't want to know about that act. You really don't want to know about that variety program, Positivity Music. If you really did, you would have been like, yeah, I'm going to push that little bell. But since you didn't, you'll never hear about them again. That's our policy. They have to really, really care. Blood sample didn't come along. If they sent the blood sample, we would have given them full exclusive connection to the platform. Oh my goodness, guys. So look, tomorrow, Alex T, I appreciate you, BJ, Chris, Sid, NTC, Trace, and World Debt Now. Love seeing you guys here. Remember, 10 p.m. tomorrow, we do it all over again. And if you have not, please go check out some of the songs. I've been dropping them all week, all month, and we just released album 6. The 6th album of 2021. That is 78 songs in 1 year, and that's to date. We have another 91 to go. So, join the Renaissance. We are going to change the world. I don't give a frig how long it takes. I will be here every day until we start to break the wall down. So, until tomorrow, it's Mark Pires. Don't go anywhere, Chris. This is just a replay. And it's Renaissance, man. All right, let me cut in here. I love you guys. All right, I'm cutting in here. I'm just getting my sandwich. That bit just happened to be at the end of the show when I did that. I didn't realize that. Sometimes things like that happen. Yeah, I got myself a chocolate bar and I got myself a PB&J. So I'm going to throw on a song real quick because Chris just got here, my brother, and I'm going to eat my sandwich. All right? So do me a favor and rock the friggin' heck out to this. Let's see. Yesterday's Drop. I'm feeling this tune right here. Guys, give this a like. Give this a comment. Give that a share. That right there is what you're about to see. Checka this out. Make sure you subscribe and ding the bell if you haven't yet.
Every day, what do I do to look the way that I do?
I don't know.
And suddenly the rain starts pouring down. It's covering me from head to toe, and I can feel my soul start to quiver. The pensive man will always find a way, going to look from all angles and going to find a sliver of hope. Yeah, watching with your jaw on the ground. They do it, I couldn't figure it out. That seems impossible, but I told you before, that's not the word, no. There's apostrophe missing there. I'm possible. I'm possible. I'm impossible. where you got to be in 15 minutes, but you keep going cause your heart tells you got something desiring, and you got to make it there, and you won't stop and get your share. Get it? The beat keeps on rocking through the night, keep talking like a clock, going not sleeping anymore, no, I got to keep on going. You got to keep on going. You got to keep on going into the night, into the day, into the face of darkness, hey. Anything is possible. Don't listen to the noise, no. Anything is possible. If you put your head down and go. If you put your head down and go. People keep saying you don't got what it takes. You got to show them that you're earthquake. Yeah, you're gonna make that world. Yeah, you got to get up, give it your all. Nothing gonna stop you if you gonna give it everything you got. If you give it all you got. Possible, yeah. Nothing's impossible, no, not anything is possible. Nothing's impossible, no, anything is possible. Nothing is impossible, no, anything is possible. You got to do up and you got to give it your own. You got what it takes, no, you got to keep on, not to be take. Not gonna stop it, no, nothing get in your way. Yeah, you just got to show, no matter what they say, got to go. And you got to go, and everything's possible. Yeah, oh, say everything's possible. Oh, yeah, everything's possible. Oh, yeah, everything's possible. Oh, yeah, everything's possible. Oh, yeah, yeah, I said everything's possible. possible. Yeah, yeah. Everything is possible. You put your head down, go. You got it. Put your head down, go. Nothing gonna stop you, no. Cause everything's possible. Yeah, I say everything's possible. In a dark world, gonna be light, gonna shine bright, gonna take down that sunlight. I'm gonna bring the sunlight. Yeah, we're gonna be so bright. Yeah, nothing gonna stop me now. Cause everything's possible. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cause everything is possible. Yeah, everything's possible. Everything is possible.
Everything is possible. Whew. That's a tune. That is a tune right there. That is a tune. I'm so happy that that song came out, guys. Whew. So I think in order to wind down, we're going to do a wind down song, okay? The wind down song, I sent this to my buddy yesterday. It was like, this could be one of the prettiest songs I've ever written. He said, not as pretty as Pretty Song. Pretty Song's a song I wrote, one of the first songs I ever wrote, and the music is pretty. It sure is. The song is pretty too. The lyrics are very pretty. But this moment right here, there's something that's very spiritual about this tune right here. Check this out. This will be on the album coming up in a week and a half. Get all your albums on Spotify and iTunes. It's late on the Friday. We're reflecting on the week. We're trying to let it go. Trying to put it behind us, at least for the night. 'Cause we've been sidetracked by today. And we've been waiting for a way to come home. The path is always blocked. There's no way there. Gotta forge a new path. A new path, a new find your strength deep inside you. And when you're faced with a challenge, it's up to you if you want to step up and destroy. I believe in you. I believe in you. You got the strength, you got the strength of a lion. Won't you find it? And you broadcast it to the world. Share some piece of your soul. It goes against the grain, it goes against what they're saying. But you know I'm right, so let's go. Let's go form a huge crowd in the middle of the field, and we'll smile into the stars. It's clear as can be, we can see all across the galaxy. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, this moment we got goes by like quick sand, and we're slipping down, slipping down. Can't hold myself up. Gravity's got me now. There's no getting out. I'll keep trying. I'll keep clawing, keep kicking my feet, and I won't go down, no. So I'm gonna find a way out, yo. I won't let go, I won't fall down low. No, 'cause we've got work to do right here. Right here, right now, right now. So, will you join me? Oh, in the promised land. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. It's our time.
It's our time.
We don't step up. We just fade away. Just disappear like that sand on the ground. So take this moment right here. Not no fear, but just give it your all. Give it your all, and your all is good enough for me. Should be good enough for you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Song for the world right there. Song for the world, fam friends. So guys, tomorrow, day 923 in a row. Just another day. Not sure what we're going to do Sunday. I will probably be with you around 10 o'clock. And I will say that we had a pretty amazing song at the beginning of the night. It was after I played Something to Live For. So if you guys know this song here. That's Something to Live For. And we played an acoustic version of that right after I put this guitar down. And I picked this beauty up, this axe over here. Yeah, we did something with it. We actually played a song I put together last night, which was this. This got rap. This is a rap. This is a rap earlier. Thank you, Modoc. We did this early on in the night, guys. You gotta go back and check it out. It was killer, though. Yeah. Saturday Night Live, getting down. Yeah, we strive to get the best inside. We gotta get it out. Gotta let it out. Gotta find it within ourselves. Gotta show the world what we got. If we got that time, we got to give it. Can't give it if you don't got it. So you gotta get it first. Don't get the worst of it, gotta give the best of yourself before it comes to an end. And you know it's coming to an end, cause every breath you got is just one more step before you come to an end. Oh, under the ground we got one more day before it happens. At least, just make the most of this moment. Own it. People always say, I just don't know why me. I don't know why you, but you got something to say why me about. I don't know, you can't just sit there and expect everything to come your way. Instead, you gotta go out there and make something happen, mofo.
Running on empty. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. Running on empty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Running on empty. 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 Running on empty.
Take a stay, take a break, don't put your head down, no. Got one moment before it's over, just don't take the breath. Don't put that thing in your arm, no. Cause you don't go far as long as we know there's no long-term side effect plan. Look back, see what's going down, what's on your neck. Got my Cadillac, take it ride, no looking back. I'm gonna stop by the gas station, fill it up, and go another 500 miles. Then I'm gonna see where I'm at. I know I'm gonna just take my own time. I'm just some cat going off on the way. I'm gonna do my own things now. Time I find my own way.
Running on empty.
When you're running on empty, you gotta get up and you gotta make a new memory, because it's gonna get stale right quick. Yeah, and you can pick your moment, you got to stick to it, you got to make the most of it. Yeah. And so you running on empty, you running on empty.
Running on empty. Running on empty.
Running on empty, running on empty. Say you're running on empty, running on empty. Just say you're
running on empty. You said you're running on empty. You said you're running on empty. You're running on and on and running on empty. Running on empty. You're running on. She's running on. Said you're running on empty. She's running on empty. She's running on. She's running on it. She's running on it. She's running on it. Pull up the road, next stop. You drop the window, where's your cop? Hey, can I get there before 8? He doesn't know the way, but you don't know. Stop your cop, you can't, you gotta ask anyway. And we're playing tonight, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Can you lead the way with the lights on? And I won't get frustrated when I can't get through the next light. And maybe we'll get through the flight. You know we're in a battle of bands tonight. The cop says follow me. I throw the lights, throw the sirens on. We're gonna have fun, we're gonna get there before 9, because I think that's when you're on. I said yeah, it starts at 8. I know you wanna see your competition, but you're not gonna get there before edition. Yeah, new edition's on at 8. We're running on empty, we're running on empty. We're running on empty, running on, run on empty. Running on empty. I got behind the wheel, I made my way as far as I go, as far as I can see. And I ain't looking back, no one looking back at me. I'm trying to run away, yeah, but you can't run away from you. No, yeah, you're running on empty, and you got no way to get it home before you got to get your mind back, your time back. You ain't getting nothing back, so you got to try to settle back in, settle back in. Running on empty, don't you run it on empty. Running on empty, running on empty. Running on empty, running on empty. Running on empty, running on empty. Yeah. Running on empty, running on empty. 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 Running on Run away, you said you're running on empty. Can't get it, gotta figure out other way. You drop to put your thumb out the way. You gotta hold someone's down to take you to the next bus stop. See if you got a quarter in your pocket. You hand it in to the driver, say I gotta get down to as far as I can get. Maybe McGuire in Texas, and I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I know I'm gonna make it to the left coast. Yeah. I'm running on empty. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. Running on empty. Running on empty. Running on empty. Running on empty. Running on I'm running on well, I'm running on empty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Running on empty. Running on empty. Running up you, I can't get there. No, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Running on empty. I don't know if I'm gonna get there to the end. Running on empty. Running on empty. If you can't get there, I don't know what to do. Running on empty. You put your rubber behind the car. You hope you're gonna go far before the hill drops you down to the bottom. You put it in neutral and you gonna sit behind the wheel. You steer it down the way. Hope you get close to the next gas and that. Then you gonna fill the tank and say thank you, my friend, because it was scary. I didn't know if I would get here. It started getting night. I heard a werewolf was howling in the forest. Didn't want to be alone out there. I pushed as hard as I can. Got here in the end, my friend. Somewhere away from where we wanna be. And every time we turn around, we see someone in the rear mirror, and we're wondering if the scope will getting clearer and closer. We wanna take us down. We're on our way out of town. Don't stop me, I don't want you to hold me down.
running on, running on, second part. So if you want to see what's going to be transformed into one song, go to the very beginning and watch, because there was about a 15-minute rap there. And then we just did another one here at the end. This one was a straight up rap. There was a rap here that was decent. I think there was something good there. That's going on the next album, but I haven't made a song out of it yet. It's just a bunch of stuff. Man, that was fun. I gotta listen back. Say we're running on them days. Running on them days. Running on them days. We're running on them days. Running on them days. Running on them days. We're running on them days. Running on them days. Running on them days. We're running on them days. Running on them days. Running on them days. Run, 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 run. Running on them days. Running on them days. We're running on them days. Running on them days. Running on them days. Run, 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 run away. Don't go away. You got to get away. Jump on your horse and take off. You're gonna jump off the balls that you got. That's just another property to do. We're running on MTO. That's a pretty raw tune. I shouldn't have taken the I think the last part was right. Yeah, I got rid of it. The wind blowing through your hair. You're almost there. Where you going? I don't know, I don't care. As long as I get somewhere before the sun rises. Before I have the feeling everybody's screaming at me. Where you gonna be at 9 o'clock on the dot? Expecting you there and you're not. Where you at? I don't care. I'm going home. Yeah. Stop me, I'm going. Cause I'm running on them days. Yeah, I'm over. Hey. Running on them days. We're running on them days. Running on That's it. We got it. We're dead. Done. We got enough of it. Run, 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 run. You're running on empty. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's some tune right there. Whew, guys, we did it again. Created another song tonight. I just haven't created it yet. I haven't edited it. We're using a bit of all that stuff into one song, which I will release at some point in the near future. So make sure you subscribe-y and dingy the bell. Remember, just subscribing is one thing, but when you dingy the bell, you tell YouTube, hey, I like this program. If you subscribe and don't ding the bell, they'll assume you hate the program, and they will never let you know. That's their policies and practices. So remember, subscribe means they will never let you know. Subscribe and dingy the belly, and they will let you know. Very simple. Talk to the guy at YouTube. He's like, you gotta get them dinging your bell. So why did they already subscribe? That doesn't mean a thing. They don't like you. If they just subscribe, they didn't really like you that much. You're not gonna let them know? No, we don't let them know at all. We can't spam people. If they didn't subscribe, that means they didn't like you. We can't let them know when you have a show or when you drop content. So bottom line, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Remember, tomorrow we do it all over again. So I do want to say to my friends and fam over here, you guys are awesome. Beck, Sid, Jason, Vickery, anybody else that's with us. Remember, we do this every single night at 10 p.m. This is day 922 in a row. Subscribe, dingy the bell, share whatever you dig. There's over 1,400 pieces of content on this platform. And remember, I will see you tomorrow. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance, man. I love you guys. See you tomorrow.